You are a survivor, a sharp instrument honed to survive the horrors of this world. And what horrors there are.
In this video, we'll be taking you through the adversaries you can expect to face in Force of Extinction and how to fight them. Adversaries are the creatures controlled by the GM, and they are many and varied, from flesh-eating plant life to giant carnivorous predators, and even other desperate survivors. Regardless of their form, adversaries are represented by dice type.
A D20, for example, might represent a ruthless survivor from another camp. Dangerous, but human. A D8 might be a dangerous beast, ceaselessly hunting you and your allies across the waste with tooth and claw. And a D4, well, if you find yourself facing one of those, run. Some of these can be evaded, maybe even negotiated with. But you might be wondering why such terrifying opponents are represented by such small dice. Well, let us talk about combat.
You may remember in our last video we explored opposed checks. A combat roll between a survivor and an adversary is simply an opposed check between the player and the GM with one small difference. While the player builds a dice pool of D20s as normal, the GM only rolls one die, the die type of the adversary. Which means if you're a player, you might try rolling under a D12, a D8, or even a D4.
All living things in Force of Extinction, survivors and adversaries alike, have 3 hit points. No more, no less. For each die that is lower than their opponent, the attacker scores a single hit, and in the event of a stalemate, the survivor always succeeds. Each time a target suffers a hit, they lose 1 hit point, and when the target's hit points drop to 0, they die.
But survivors, have no fear. Each time you lose a hit point, you gain 1 adrenaline die. This D20 can be added to your dice pool each time you roll, exceeding the 4 usual dice minimum, as your determination to survive intensifies. Of course, some adversaries will have additional rules, and the abilities granted to the players through their survivor's chosen archetype will go a long way to helping them in their fights. But these aren't the only advantages that players have access to. After all, it takes a village to raise a survivor.
Join us in our next video where we explore the settlements you and your fellow survivors will build together, maintain together, and save together.